Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Fallout New Vegas Let's Play. The year of our Lord 2024. I know what time it is, man. I sure hope I'm recording. We are still in this cursed DLC. I don't know how I feel about it. The vibes are kind of cool, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't know, man. What am I using? 357. Last person, yeah. Christine is looking at the fountain, her eyes narrowed. She then scans the courtyard and perimeter, gauging the distance. She glances at your wrist, then back at the fountain. You think he's using the Pip-Boy to establish the projector connection? She nods, raises her hands, palms facing each other, then rotates in a 180-degree arc and back again. Think he might be close then. Any idea where? She surveys the area, focusing upward. She glances at the casino, frowns, then looks west, then east. Christine holds out her hand and motions at your Pip-Boy. Show her the Pip-Boy. Christine studies the Pip-Boy intently, turning your arm around as if your wrist's a sensor module she just found. She doesn't seem interested in the screen. She studies the exterior, then the casing. Wait. Fingers stab through the red buttons, narrowing in on the local map. Scrolls to the Sierra Madre's main gate edge as she notes the marker. Looks up at you, points to the marker on your Pip-Boy, points west and tilts her head. Why do you think he wants you to go to the Puesta del Sol switching station? Frowns, makes a motion as if typing at keys, then she points at you, raises her left wrist, pantomimes. She points to you, then her, then looks right and left, raises two fingers, tries to type, pauses. Neither Dean nor Dog have the technical aptitude to man the switching station. Slowly nods, looks impressed. Things would be a lot easier if you did one snap for yes, two snaps for no. Those facial scars weren't done by the auto doc. The throat scar was. She nods slowly, then puts her hand in front of her throat, closes it slowly, then points at you. I can't restore your voice. We need a real auto doc to do that. She shivers slightly and then shakes her head. Goodbye. No, I don't understand why they shaved you bald. Looks blankly at you, then touches her head, smiles, then shakes her head. Wait, the autodoc didn't shave you bald? She waves her hand, then shakes her head, then she nods in the direction of the casino. No, wait, I want to hear this. You were bald before? She nods with an exasperated look that makes a Circle with her hands, repeats it twice more, then raises her hand. Puts both her hands in front of her, then makes a motion with her hands as if writing something. Ah, no intelligence, eh? You were a Brotherhood of Steel scribe? Nods, looks impressed. How the hell did you get out here? She shrugs, then points to you and shrugs. Where were you before? Moves her finger in a wider circle, then raises her hand over her eyes. You were looking for something? Shakes her head, makes a motion of 2 fingers walking. You were looking for someone? She nods and raises a finger. A man? Nods, makes a motion with her hands around her chin, drawing it down, and then she raises her hands and clenches them at the sky. An angry bearded man? She points at your Pip-Boy. You were the man on the Pip-Boy holotape, Elijah? She nods, looks concerned, taps the side of her head, and expands her hands. Someone smart? Nods, then circles her ear. And nuts. She nods and frowns. Sounds like it's pretty important to you to find this person. Frowns, raises 2 fingers and has them walk together. Then she looks down on 2 fingers and her face becomes angry. Then she chops her hand down and draws on the 2 fingers apart. One of the fingers she points at herself. He cut you off from someone? She nods. Family, husband? Frowns, shakes her head, and even more so at husband. What, your wife? Shakes her head, but rolls it to the side. Oh, girlfriend. She hesitates, then waves her hand. You were more than girlfriends? Lovers? She nods, looks at you a little surprised. Give me a little credit. Raises an eyebrow and looks at you. I understand how important a loved one can be. She nods slowly, studying you. She seems to be gauging you again. She makes a slow circle motion after a moment, taps her wrist. I had other questions. Frowns, then cups her hand to her ear. Things would be a lot easier if you did 1 snap for yes, 2 snaps for no. Smiles humorously, then she nods once slowly, then she shakes her head slowly. Then she looks at you, her face wrinkled in a humorless smile. Okay, I get it. Nods slowly. Better than finger snaps. Her face wrinkles more, than she gives a reluctant smile. A smile. Now that's more like it. Still smiling, she rolls her eyes, then slowly taps the back of her wrist. You really need to relax. This entire place is a pre-war paradise, you know. She laughs at you, surprised, then she opens her mouth as if to laugh silently. Almost as soon as she utters her silent laugh, she stops, looks pained. Her expression becomes dark. Look, we'll find a way to heal you, alright? She doesn't look at you, continues to stare darkly in front of her. After a moment, she glances at you, then taps the back of her wrist. She nods in front of her. Do you know how to get out of here? She points in the direction of the main gate, then points at your collar, shakes her head, and locks her hands around her neck. Then her hands lash outwards, fingers splayed, and she rolls her eyes back. After a second, she turns back. So once collars are gone, we can just leave? She nods slowly as if thinking, then she raises an eyebrow, looks skeptical, then shrugs. She points downward, makes a circle around her, then back to the same spot, and then her finger drifts circling. You're saying it'd be difficult to return here if we leave. She shakes her head, points at herself, then points at you. To return here if I leave. She nods. But not you. She nods once. Why can't you find your way back? She slowly shakes her head, points at the ground, then moves each leg outward, straddling the place where she's pointing. You aren't going to leave. She nods. Are you trying to break into the casino? She frowns, shakes her head, pauses, then tilts her head slightly, nods slowly. I think we should travel together. Christina's given you the signal interference perk. This perk grants you a short period of time near a speaker before your bomb collar starts to activate, as well as increasing the amount of time before your bomb collar detonates by 50%. Nice. Anything interesting in here? Listen before you lose. The circuit breaker looks to have been jerry-rigged at some point in the past, but is currently in need of repair. Well, let's repair it. After a few quick adjustments, the power comes back on. Take. Okay. Down. Through the smog and the fog. What is this? This is gonna kill me. Where am I supposed to go here? That's fun. Oh, what a train wreck of an episode. A train wreck. I think I need to go down and across. Doctor's bag. Couple of those. Treasure's mine, assholes. Well, what now? Other than the fact that I have broken legs again. And I don't know where to go. Sierra Madre power regulation system. Subject in case of emergency. In case of emergency, all non-essential systems are to be shut down immediately to help the automatic systems balance the load. Should the automatic systems fail, your foreman will assign you to enter the manual override chamber located adjacent to the main regulator. Second shifts. The boys hit the gas. The boys hit by the gas are still out. Everyone's pulling more work in as a result, and grumbling starting. Mr. Yesterday's been keeping the hard liquor and chems coming under Sinclair's eye. Isn't helping. We need those boys back. We have another chemical leak like that, no more construction for the rest of the year. Suits are here. These new chemical suits came in today so we could check out the ventilation chambers. See, that cloud cocktail formed. Suits are kind of creepy looking, hard to talk in them. So we had to use sign language to actually make sense to each other. At least we can check out the pipes and ventilation chambers now. Gas worries me though. Really mess the guys up if the chambers get backed up again. Hate to see that gas get out. Wipe out the villa. Warning, the ventilation should only be taken over routine maintenance. Activate. You hear a loud noise coming from the room to the west. It sounds as if the ventilation systems are firing up, clearing the cloud, the switching station basement, and sections of Puesta del Sol streets. Nice. Innes's locker. Ah, I only have 17 left. Remote maintenance terminal password. That's not good. I don't think I have any doctor's bags left. Unfortunate. Should we run for it? Oops. Team 1 out of 4. Tree 2 out of 4. Maintenance report. Didn't take long to find the problem. Heading down the main pipe, we had traces of the gas. Not the full red stuff like last time, though. Minor blessing. The kicker was despite the sealant, it still got inside the suit. Turns out the gas eroded the metal off the suit's locks. So not only did one of the boys get exposed, everyone who went down there got locked in their suits. Turn them speakers off. Like I'm gonna blow up around every corner. Old man Ennis left his key in one of the consoles again, so making this note to remind myself to give it back next time I see him. We should stuff his locker full of Dandy Boy apples or something. Maybe then he'd be less forgetful. Suit damage. Sure, the docs at the clinic got mad, but we didn't have any choice if we wanted to get medical attention after that gas hit us. So we cut his suit open with one of those surplus steak knives. Things could cut through a T-bone like it was hot butter. The rest of us tried to pry the locks on our suits. Finally had to use the knives on ours too. Can't wait till this job is over and we can let the villa collapse on itself. They'll be too busy at the casino anyway. In case of emergencies, power regulation procedures can be carried out from this station. However, this practice is not recommended for regular use. Please see your supervisor concerning whether use of the station is warranted. Transfer control. Christine raises an eyebrow. Talk about your tax. Motions you, points the door uneasily, makes a pointing motion with her hand, seems hesitant to go near it. I found a way to bypass. To do the bypass from here, you should be able to just use the terminal over there. Nods gratefully, glances at the direction of the terminal, looks at you, smiles, gives a thumbs up. You gonna be okay here? She nods and gestures at your hand, offers hers. Take her hand. She holds it, meeting your eyes intently for a few moments, gives your hand a gentle squeeze and releases it, smiles slightly. We'll get through this. She narrows her eyes, determined, and gives a last nod.
The bell tower. That's where you'll trigger the Kale event. It's a ways up. I'm sure you'll find a way to climb up there.
The bell tower, you say? Alright, well that was a crazy episode full of crashes and mayhem, but I will see you guys in a week for the, I'm assuming will be the finale of this DLC. As always, shouts out to the patrons. It's $1 a month to get your name featured in the credits of my videos at the end of my live streams. You also get access to exclusive Discord server channels, and beyond that, I ain't got nothing left. But until next time, gang, see ya.